I was actually planning to head to The Hague and witness history, pero the news just broke before we recorded this na mapapostpone ang
Yeah.
hearing
Oh,
ni
yeah, yeah. Let's
former
talk about
President
that.
Duterte.
So we literally were just, you were messaging me, and then when I got the message, a friend of mine forwarded to me the ICC statement about that. So, and everybody's like prepared to go there for the start of the hearing on the 23rd. So how did that strike you?
Yeah, well, I think it's ano naman, na-explain naman ng court na it's completely like procedural. It's just to give time allowance for the judges to deliberate on the request of the side of Duterte, which is basically that they have a claim that he is not fit to stand trial. So we have yet to see what evidence they'll be presenting, but the judges determined na they need more time to adjudicate on that. But there was one judge na nag-dissent. This is all from the pinaka-recent na kakalabas lang na press release ng ICC. So, we've yet to see, but I am already anticipating kasi na magsispin na naman yung Duterte
Mm-hmm.
disinformation machine to say stuff like, oh, nakalaya na si Duterte, or ibig sabihin, drop na yung charges sa kanya. No, it does not mean that. It is simply a time allowance.
Yeah. Hindi rin sinabi dun sa statement kung kailan gagawin yung confirmation of the charges, right?
Yeah, hindi pa.
And of course, as you mentioned, the Duterte camp will go to town with this, saying all sorts of things, and which we will be talking about in a little while. But um, has this disrupted any of your preparations for, observing the proceedings in The Hague?
I really wanted to go kasi syempre nandito na ako sa area eh. And I really figured it's historic. It would be historic to go to this event. Whatever side of the fence that you are on. This is a
Yeah,
very important moment in our nation's history. And um buti na lang, I did not buy my flight ticket yet because na-anticipate ko na possibility to. And I mean, we were told naman. I mean, umiikot naman sa media circles na yes, there's a risk. But people have already been applying for their visas, 'di ba, for to
yeah.
cover this and everything. So yun lang naman yung ano, pero I do have to cancel my hotel.
Well, I hope it.
Yeah.
I hope they give you a refund. I mean, hotel
Yeah.
stays in Europe can be quite prohibitive, but um, since we're talking about covering what's happening in The Hague, can you give me a sense of how the community there, the Filipino community there, both pro and anti Duterte, and even some probably media colleagues who are there? I mean, what's the sense among them of how this is going to go, assuming that it was gonna go, the trial's gonna start on the 23rd. I mean, are everybody like looking forward to this? Obviously, but I'd like to get a sense from you.
Well, for me, like as a student in the student circuit, there is a sense of excitement, precisely because it's historic. But also, I think that people who are critical of Duterte, it's safe to say, are expecting to be outnumbered by those who are supportive of Duterte, and that has been the case. Kita naman, and napag-usapan to sa last ano no sa last episode mo with Paring Bert, because Paring Bert has also been very immersed in the diaspora scene. The diaspora is very divided and
Hmm.
polarized. Uh, Dominantly, it's no secret that dominantly Duterte has won in every country except the Vatican. Which kind of raises alarm bells, and which my non-politically correct joke is like it's a sign na baka demonyo talaga sila. Kasi sa Vatican lang, like hindi okay yung mga Duterte. Um, but I don't know. It's very of course it's not as black and white as that. There's a reason, sabi nga ni paring Bert, kung bakit sobrang may appeal yung mga Duterte sa OFW. And it's because they feel like the Dutertes hear them out. And you will
Hmm.
see that in the global world tour of Sara Duterte. So that's very deliberate messaging. Whereas yung napansin ko dito ay hindi talaga present yung
Yeah.
opposition.
Yeah.
It is in part also like not to victim blame, no, but it is in part like a loophole, I think, on the part of other people across the partisan spectrum, that they allowed the Dutertes to fill in that need from this sector.
Yeah.
So I actually think, no, somebody who would be able to make a lot of things easier for OFWs, like maybe waive the IELTS or something like that.
Hmm.
Parang like or somebody who can work out itong mga procedural administrative, you will mapapanalunan nyo yung amor
Yeah.
ng mga Pinoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. It's a lot more fluid than that. Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, the Marcos administration, I mean, we in the Philippines are too busy or too preoccupied with a lot of the, scandals that are happening here. So today we just had some upheaval in the Senate that really took a lot of most of the attention today. A lot of happening, Jesus Escudero, Austin,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tito Soto now becoming the new Senate president, and you know, there's no telling in the next like couple of days kung ano yung mangyayari and all these allegations of corruption, whether these are going to gain traction, or whether they're strong enough to withstand the scrutiny of whatever side. But the thing is, all of these things that are happening in Manila is just a shame, because what's supposed to happen in The Hague with Mr. Duterte is nothing less than monumental in terms of you know governance and the search for accountability, regardless of how it will turn out, right?
Yes.
And also on a global scale, this is kind of one of those rare moments when the ICC can claim that its processes are moving, and so it's just a shame that Philippines are too preoccupied with that, and Miss Vice President Sara Duterte obviously is taking advantage of her freedom to go around the world, and also tapping into the diaspora, currying favor, or or political
Yeah.
favor as it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So may need talaga eh. So they really feel like presence is such a huge factor. Pero syempre, we can't also fully blame other politicians for not being able to fill that gap, because it costs money to
Yeah,
travel around the
yeah,
world, which is why we should also be questioning this global world tour of Sara Duterte while she has an ongoing stint as vice president.
yeah.
So maganda nga siyang i-data map eh, etong costs of her having to travel abroad.
But
Yeah.
obviously, it's a propaganda offensive.